We are pleased that he has not only returned to Iowa over the years, but that he considers our state a very special place of friendship.
We have to remember history.
It shows that we in Iowa have had a long-standing relationship with the Chinese people.
我第一次访问美国时，住在艾奥瓦州的德沃切克夫妇家。我还记得门牌号是邦尼街2911号。这是我同美国民众首次面对面接触，也是一段我和美国人民共同生活的难忘经历。对我来说，他们就是美国。
In 1983, Hebei Province and the state of Iowa signed a sister state agreement. In April 1985, Xi, then an official of Zhengding County, Hebei Province, led a delegation to Iowa to explore crop production and livestock farming.
I had the opportunity to be introduced to the leader of the delegation, who was a very, very smiling and polite man that was very, very endearing to everybody that he met. So it was a very pleasant first encounter.
The delegation led by Xi focused primarily on corn deprocessing methods.
I organized essentially 2 weeks worth of visits in Iowa based on the description that we received at that time that it was going to be a feed processing delegation. So this is the schedule that I made for the delegation.
我们勘探一个农场的时候，正好赶上播种雨季。当时我们播种的一个穴里边可能要放3粒，起码放2粒，就是保证它的出苗率。他们就是一坑一粒点穴，叫经典播种。
I can really recall always how President Xi was always charming, engaging, smiling, curious.
In 2012, Xi visited Iowa once again as China's vice president and reunited with his old friends. To honor this deep bond, he quoted an ancient adage, "New clothes are the best, and so are old acquaintances." Barone shared a touching memory that remains impressive to him even today.
He enters this room and looks around, and I'm in the far corner, and he comes all the way across and shakes my hands and hugs me. He has managed to remember all of us that were involved in his 1985 trip. We still had that kind of rapport relationship, and his approach and his availability truly almost remained intact compared to what it was in 1985.
On January 27, 2025, Xi sent a greeting card to his old friends in Iowa on the occasion of the Chinese New Year. He said the warm welcome he received back then remains fresh in his memory.
This is the greeting card with the New Year's greetings from President Xi that I received following sending him an electronic card signed by many of the Iowa old friends and students that traveled to China under the auspices of his 50,000 students in 5 years.
President Xi's old Iowa friends, including Sarah Landy, co-signed the Chinese New Year greeting card that was delivered to him.
The way that Muscatine's friendship began and relationship with Xi Jinping started was all on being friends and getting to know one another.
For years, President Xi has consistently prioritized and actively facilitated people-to-people friendship between China and the United States, with special focus on the exchanges among youths.
我愿在此宣布，为扩大中美两国人民，特别是青少年一代交流，中方未来5年愿邀请 5万名美国青少年来华交流学习。
The 50,000 in 5 years initiative, personally championed by President Xi, saw students from Muscatine, Iowa as its first participants. In March 2025, a group of 102 teachers and students from 5 Iowa high schools arrived in Hebei province. Over a week, they immersed themselves in Chinese culture, marveled at China's modern achievements, and sowed the seeds of enduring friendship.
I think there's a Chinese saying, you plant the seed and then the tree grows, and then we now enjoy the shade of this large tree. So President Xi visiting 40 years ago was that seed beginning.
So to me, the significance is just that in spite of any obstacles, this relationship will continue and it's not going to stop.
Jiangding and Muscatine are small towns, but we possess big friendships.
And I think, President Xi has certainly demonstrated a willingness to open up and carry out the dialogue and increment these exchanges and this understanding.
40 years ago, a springtime visit from across the Pacific planted a seed of friendship. Today, after 4 decades, the tree of people-to-people friendship between China and the U.S. stands proud. It certainly can withstand winds and rains.